So I figured I'd just do a quick video showing off my PS Vita because YouTube recommended me Neutron Reborn's video, and I was like, oh, this is cool. And I meant to do like a proper video on this, but like I don't know, video editing's hard and stuff. So I figured, oh fuck it, I'll just record this simple thing. Hey, don't mind my setup. That's my phone on a tissue box because I have no better way of recording this. So yeah, this is my Vita. I got it in November 2020 for about 140 Australian. Came with the Vita and like the charging cable and all that shit. And this, once I get it out, not in frame because I'm not good at YouTube, came with this Focus 32 gig memory card. So that was pretty nice. It's an OLED first gen model. So it's got the OLED screen. It's about the only difference really. And yeah, I have this case on it that has like these extra buttons on it. These pass through to the rear touchpad. Why is my phone not focusing? Please. These pass through to the rear touchpad. The focus sucks. To make up for the fact that the Vita only has like one set of shoulder buttons. Vita games and most things that you play on this won't need them, but I use it for Moonlight, and I'll show that later. And I also have an SD to Vita in here. So here it is, with a that says 128 gig. There we go. Yeah, 128 gig micro SD card in here. That's upside down. So yeah, really like the hardware, and this thing's capable of a lot of stuff. I guess I'll just turn it on now. So yeah, here it is. It's got the Enzo logo because I've hacked it. I'm not going to explain how to hack this thing. There's much better guides out there that can explain it better than I can. Please focus on the screen. I have to put it in the middle. Here's my Vita. Yeah, so like I have like a plugin that like skips the lock screen because honestly I kind of don't really care. And yeah, so like I've kind of crammed all the default built-in stuff into these two bubbles. You'll notice we've got Poo and Poo 2. Yeah, not really anything of interest here. I mean, it's got a browser. I guess that's kind of useful. I don't know, but like everyone's got a phone these days, so whatever. Here's my basically all like the hacking related shit. So we've got like auto plugin and like PKGJ and Vita shell and stuff. And like, yeah, I mean, Vita is like, PKGJ is like really sick because you can download all like your games and stuff directly to the thing without having to bother going through a PC. So literally here's just the entire Vita library. I have Asia and Japan turned off for some reason. Okay, here's actually the entire Vita library. My fucking camera, come on. And you can also, please. You can also search, can I lock the focus? Yes, I can, okay. You can also search through PS1 and PSP games, because the Vita actually has native support for them, which is like, I mean, I guess it's emulation in some way, I don't really know. All I know is that it works fucking perfectly, and and this is a really great way to play those, play on those platforms. So yeah, we got all your PSX. I have Asia and Japan turned off again. And yeah, all of these will download through Wi-Fi straight onto here. It's not the fastest Wi-Fi connection, but so if you're going to download through the Vita, I would recommend leaving it on overnight and just like queuing them all up and having them go. But yeah, the other way is to download through your computer through NoPay Station and then use Vita Shell to copy all the stuff over. Yeah. Got a save file manager and this thing that like tracks playtime. It's like kind of useful. I don't know. Figured might as well. So like, yeah. I mean, I have some time. I don't. All things considered, I don't have that much time on this, but like, it's definitely like I know what. Fuck off. I know what it's capable of. Yeah. Here we've got like here's RetroArch, so that already opens up a whole world of possibilities. And I have like some other emulators on here because like honestly couldn't be bothered to set up RetroArch. I don't know. I have like for like retro stuff. I have my 3DS anyway, and like you can install like virtual console games on here. So this I kind of like I use that more. But like the Vita's still like fully capable of it. Here's Moonlight. The Vita doesn't have native. The sticks don't click, and it doesn't have the triggers either. So that's what this case is for. So when I run Moonlight on this thing, like I can with the extra buttons from the case, it can fully like recreate an Xbox controller. And yeah, like the delay on like Moonlight is like seriously good. Like the delay is like I wouldn't play like FPS on it or like really fast paced action games, but I mean like I've been playing like fucking Pokemon Brilliant Diamond through Yuzu through Moonlight, and it's like super comfy. Like here's just my PC, and I just like you can like that acts as a touchpad. Going to the viewfinder is kind of hard. Just double tap that. You can see like I got my PC here. My autofocus is locked, so it's blurry. And yeah, I can just play on this thing. I'm not gonna load that up because let's quit that. On the computer, it put up like a prompt box, so I actually have to hit enter on the keyboard. It's not perfect, but like it's basically the closest I'll get to a Steam Deck in Australia without spending a ludicrous amount of money on like a GPD, one of those things. Here's it's just got your settings. You can also hold the PlayStation button and get your quick settings. Here's your Wi-Fi, your Bluetooth. You can actually use fucking PS3 and PS4 controllers with this. I don't because I like to use this handheld. But yeah, it's got your brightness and like volume and all that shit. Here is Adrenaline. This thing is fucking crazy. So this is basically just a PSP, like fully function, full featured PSP, and PS1. So it's better. Well, I don't know if the PSP can play PS1 games, but this can. So yeah, so like my PSP games are stored on the I stored them on the 32 gig memory card, but there is so my Vita stuff is like on there. And yeah, like there's a lot of stuff on here. Like kind of scroll through all that. You can throw them. You can basically just throw like fucking like PS1 and PSP like ISOs on here, and it will just do it perfectly. But yeah. Oh, so you get to see the old PSP UI, which is nostalgic for some people, I imagine. Not for me. I never owned a PSP. Hit Adrenaline settings, and then you go to exit. Oh yeah, the other thing, like the Vita can like you can actually use the right stick in PSP games. So you can map it to like the D-pad or the left stick and stuff. So it's like it's the better. Did I just shut the console down? Oh, it's off. Okay. Sometimes it has issues, but I mean, how often are you like if you're actually playing? How often are you going in and out of stuff? So like, yeah, no, you can map the right stick to the D-pad. So you can actually like say in Monster Hunter, you can actually have like camera controls without having to like destroy your hand, which is like really sweet. And oh yeah, because the PlayStation 1 has L2 and R2, so you can actually map the rear touchpad, and then like the my case buttons will work on those. So that's like actually pretty fantastic. Here's my Vita games. Here's the boob game section. I actually originally got the Vita because I wanted to play Bullet Girls Fantasia, and I was playing it on my big PC screen, and I was like, man, I don't I don't feel comfortable with this on like a giant monitor. So yeah. There's No, not that. I'm looking through the cameras hard. There's a plugin to like overclock the Vita, so it'll run the games much better. So yeah, that makes up for the like portable thing. In terms of game library, there's not really any the Vita doesn't really have exclusives per se. Like there's no real reason to specifically get a Vita, but I wouldn't say it's bad. Like it's got quite a big library of stuff to play. Like even like ignoring like the PS1 PSP library, and like this thing already is like excellent as an emulation box. There's a ton of ports to the Vita as well, but haven't really looked at those. Yeah, here's my like anime weeb shit. There's more anime weeb shit. I feel like I like sort of categorized my pages, but I didn't really. I don't know. Vita's got fucking zero escape. I'm gonna make a video on this later. It's really good. Highly recommend. I mean, you don't have. There's a PC port, and also the original DS and 3DS versions. You don't have to play it on the Vita, but it's like convenient. Got a bunch of Final Fantasies. You can play like every Final Fantasy up to 10 on the Vita. Like if I go back up to, like, you can hit up all the Super Nintendo ones on like RetroArch and stuff, and if I pop back into Adrenaline, actually I won't bother, but you can get all the PS1 ones on here as well. Yeah, and you can get all the Personas up to Persona 4, because like there's 1, 2, and 3 are on either. You can run them all. Like Adrenaline just like seriously expands this thing's library, and like people love the PSP. So yeah. Here's my Atelier page. There's more, but I ran out of space on my micro SD. I mean, I don't really care. Like, I can just like delete shit and go back to PKGJ and just like download stuff like later. So it's not a big deal. See, I have 300 megs free. Yeah, here's all of Danganronpa. Might as well, you know. This console has a surprising amount of indie games. It's like, here's Papers, Please. A really nice, comfy way to go through that. Got Undertale, fucking Risk of Rain, VVVVVV. It's got both Hotline Miamis. Like Binding of Isaac, it's Super Meat Boy. Like, this thing's like kind of cool. And then it's also got a whole bunch of like I guess collections. So like fucking Ratchet and Clank, Jack and Daxter, Rayman. Like, good way for me to go through and experience all those. Assassin's Creed. Here's a Vita port of Quake 2. And I think this is just like extra. I don't know what this is. This is like the leftover page, yeah. I guess compared to his, because I only have a 128 gig micro SD. If you watch his video, which I'll link in the description, then he's got a 400 gig one, so he's got way more stuff there. And I imagine he's also way more I guess, I don't know. I guess the word is dedicated. I don't know. I've like felt trouble playing. I've had a bit of trouble like feeling motivated to play games. So like the portable nature of this thing like really helps with that. Don't have to like boot up my computer and sit down and like go through like a full experience and like get my controller out. But yeah, that's just what's on here. Honestly, like the biggest thing here for me is just Moonlight, and then I just use this as like a proto Steam Deck before I get my Steam Deck, which I can't because Australia, it's not out yet. So that's cool. I'll be playing on this a bit longer. Part of the reason I didn't make like the full video was because like the Steam Deck like was almost out, and I was like, oh, it's too late, you know. But I guess it's never too late. The best time's always now. So yeah, this is my Vita. I don't know. Maybe I'll go through my 3DS next, or I've got a bunch of other shit here. Like I have all these. I have a lot of just random technology. But yeah, I guess I'll see you later.